Welcome back, everyone. If you're joining again, beautiful, cold but sunny day up here today. Ooh, lovely. Right, still on the same train clean-up process. As it's so cold, I want to get some of this stuff up here, clean back a bit. I'll show you. Up here in this area, the sun's just starting to come round, and I thought, well, I don't want to stand around in the cold all day, so why not try and make a dent in all of this lot. I want to get that. Well, there's a saw bench in there, I've mentioned before, and I want to get that out and clean out a little this lot. I want to sort out in here a bit as well, so I can take that out, at least move it under some form of shelter. Rightio. So let that warm up for a minute. The topper up there, get it out of the way, and then after that, what I plan to do anyway, as long as we get there, is use the 4000 to hook onto the saw bench to get that out once I've cut the brambles back enough. I'm not sure can't quite remember exactly what else is left near that saw bench and all those brambles, so I've got to cut a bit of it back first, and then we'll get on there. Might even see if it still turns freely and whatnot. I don't know, we'll have a look when we get there, we'll see. Right. Woo! Freezing, man. Bit of movement on there, so one. This thing badly needs resheeting. I've got a sheet of steel to do it with, but it's just another one of those jobs, isn't it? Alright. You in there, sunshine? On there. There you go. Should be alright on there. A bit clear the thing. Right, there we go. It's better, isn't it? So you've got a clear pathway through there. But it's just so I can get the saw bench out of there and over there, get it under cover better than it is sat in brambles all the time. So I can actually have a look at it and see whether it's savable. Could be, I don't know. It's been there for a hell of a long time, but we'll see. And there we have it. Didn't take too long to cut all that stuff away, but there she is. Won't really know because how bad it is or anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get it out, clean the rest of all the bits off. Better go and get the other tractor, which has got the log splitter on, so that needs to come off as well. But let's get it out of there. Shorter top link. That's a bit shorter. I might do it. But there for the minute. Pretty multi-purpose, really. Years ago, when I was, you know, I don't know how old I would have been. I don't know, 10 years old, I suppose. Down the other end of the farm, the old man would have this on the back of the Ferguson. What was it? No, it might have been on this. Ferguson was on a log splitter, I think. And again, he has, you know, before he passed away, I mean, he hadn't done anything like this for, I mean, he was a teenager. She's getting like 20, could be 20 years, I suppose, since this hasn't been used. Nostalgia. I need a pin. Yeah, that'll do for the minute. That pin will do for the minute, I think. Have it. It's out. Look at her. All her glory. give it a bit more of a clean off in a minute and have a look and see if it actually runs, see if it will turn and run free. It is in fact E.S Hindley, Burton Dorset, old cast bench. I had a quick look online. But yeah, look, it's not too bad. The stand works as well. Was from I think it was from a mower, drum mower. Old Deutz Fahr piece that the old man adapted to fit on there. A good brush off and get rid of all those brambles out of the way, and I'll see if I can get some grips on it and see if it will turn or not. I don't believe it. I just, you know, cleaning it all off and that. All right. I think that with a grease up, obviously there's loads of stuff all stuck down here. The blade needs to come off really, but I don't know about that today. What a result! Absolute result. I'm gonna fiddle around with it a little bit more. I might even see if I can actually get it connected onto the tractor, if I can clean it up enough and get some grease on all the bits. Because it's been, again, I'm sure it hasn't been used for about 20 years. So yeah, I'll check back in a minute. Okay, so found a PTO shaft for it. So here's the moment to see what it's like. I'll just use it on tick over, listen for any, you know, really bad noises, and just see how it goes. There you go. Let's have a look. My next thing, I bet everyone's wondering as well, I wonder if it'll do a bit of cutting. With some like small bits. That blades, probably blunt as anything, but I'm gonna have to. I have to try it. I've got to know. Right, same as last time. Don't want anything going wrong. So I'll put this. Oh, hang on. Turn it on first, didn't I? I'm not going to be able to pull it. Same as last time. Get a piece of string around it, just in case, because you never know. Especially like here, I'm not going to be going mad with it or anything because it's, you know, untested really. So if anything goes wrong with it, I can just show you. I'm over here. I'll be this side of the blade, putting the stuff through there. If something suddenly goes wrong, or something, can just yank on that, pull it, and it just cut the PTO out. So, oh, where am I? You know what I do need? Here we go. Chuck them on. Nothing flicking up in the eye. It's gonna just some tiny little bits. Just have a look. See how it does. I just really want to know if that old blade had chop anything. But yeah, here we go. Right. That is not too bad considering the blade is in such bad shape. Personally, I'd call that a success, to be fair. It's just another thing, isn't it? It's going to open up more possibilities. I mean, as it stands, I think that with maybe even sharpen the blade a bit manually rather than buy a new blade, because it is starting to clean up. Just by chucking through some little bits that not maybe they get to clean the blade up. It will work for a bit. Obviously I'm not going to be doing massive big bits with it for the minute, but just anything's better than just using a chainsaw bending over all the time. So yeah, I think I've only had a little initial grease up and oil up and whatnot. It's all running freely, no nasty noises. I'll put a bit more effort into this bit of equipment, really fully like re-grease, new grease, etc. Yeah, I think this is going to aid a lot. I think, especially with me wanting to process some logs to get drying, to sell, to bring some money into the farm, to be able to continue with other projects. You know, it all costs money at the end of the day. You know, using the machine, you're using diesel, you're using consumables like grease. Pack that up, get the mower back in there, and then I'm going to use the little 4,000. Oh, hello. Oh, Mr. Robbins come to say that. I reckon he agrees. I'm going to use the 4,000 as a roller to clean these ruts that I made up, because it's a lot lighter than that one, you see. That worked great. So yeah, I'll get a bit of footage of doing that as well. Use the 4,000 to roll out these ruts, but by the time I've put some bits back in that, I realised that the fuel gauge was empty. So I checked it and it was like pretty much empty. I don't know how, I swear it was on quarter this morning when I started, but I'll have to check that out, make sure there's not a leak or something, or whether the gauge was sticking. You do not want to run one of those out of fuel without an extra pair of hands, because the process to bleed them up, if you go back and see the video of when we first got it started after it was sat in one of the barns for all those years, you've got to have someone cranking it whilst you've got it open and lock it up. Otherwise, you just spend forever trying to get the fuel up. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's all I've got time for. And to be fair, it's that time of day again, that sunset. I'm gonna have to come back and sort this out, because the process of getting fuel, we've either got that old Bowser, which takes forever to sort out because it's locked up and whatnot, and you've got to filter the fuel, then you've got to get in the machine, or you get some fresh from as a local place. But of course, you know, it's coming on to getting on for 5 o'clock now, so I'm not even going to bother. I've got other things I need to do this evening. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this little adventure today. Another little bit of progress, and next time, the next thing I want to do is I want to clean all this up, smarten it up. I want to leave some brambles there, because it creates a bit more of privacy, but I want to at least clean it back. And also, you can start to see it now, there's that bale elevator stuck in there, and whatever else, I really don't know. So yeah, well, at least the old saw bench is working. Didn't expect any of that today, to be fair. I thought we were just going to end up ripping it out, cut some stuff back, but I got the bug and I thought, you know what, I want to know if it works, and it does. Bit of maintenance on it, and that's going to be another handy bit of kit that we can use and get it in usable condition. I'm not, it is what it is. It's old, it's vintage, so it will stay like that as long as it works. I don't really care what it looks like. So yeah, right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.